Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines this morning. We got some Metaverse news. Pepsi's in the crypto world. MoneyGram, Coinbase expanding DeFi. To heck with the SEC. We'll explain. And Florida making big moves, going all in on crypto for their citizens. You're going to like that one. Ripple co-founder reveals a plan for Bitcoin to migrate away from proof of work. We've talked about this before, but I think it's getting serious now. Brian Brooks on Fox Business News talking about XRP as a currency. And how about a $13 to $15 XRP in the coming months? Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove, and everything that we're talking about here today. $2.94 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency. We're off a little bit this morning on this Friday. It's December 10th, 2021. And we're 1.56% off on the market as a whole. Right now, Bitcoin is at $48,986 and change. Very close to that $49,000 mark. We know it moves quickly anyway. 4,100 plus for Ethereum right now. Solana at 179, taking a more than 4% dip on the 24-hour. Cardano is 131, off by almost 4%. And XRP off by more than 7% on the 24-hour and more than 13% on the 7-day, is at 84 cents this morning. Let's take a look at it. Right now, we're ranging between 0.8367 on the low side and 0.9312 on the high side. We will keep an eye on it, and we will hear from a couple technical analysts. Listen, if you want a special on PureVPN to help hide your identity online, ladies and gentlemen, go to any one of my videos in the description or the first pinned comment and click on that link right there, and you can get 88% off. How about that for leaving no digital trace of your identity online? This is a digital crypto world, ladies and gentlemen. Anything you can do to create another layer of protection, it is the right thing to do, and you might as well do it with 88% off. Let's get into some Metaverse news this morning. I got this from CoinDesk and ProCoin News. If you're not following ProCoin News, it is the best cryptocurrency curator on the planet, bar none. It has showed up on the scene and has been serving people from day one. 3 Arrows leads a $4.3 million round for Solana-based Metaverse project Solace. Now, I have to say, if you guys don't know, a week or two ago, I covered top coins that I'm involved in, and like 3 of those were projects, EQ, Equilibrium, Gala, and Decentraland for me. And I am continuing to expand my knowledge and my positions into the metaverse because this is where everything is going. I don't want to play in it. I just want to be invested in it. I quit playing games when I was a child, but the world's not going to stop playing games. And I know that this metaverse is going to expand from just not only, gameplay, but now into social media platforms, and it's not going to go back once it gets there. My thought on this is I want to be invested and understand and research all of these new emerging projects that are coming out, because all of them are getting a marketing boost indirectly from Facebook's Meta by the name change and by the obvious transformation that 3 billion plus user platform is going through to switch to a metaverse experience. So right here, this one here is Metaverse Project Solace off Solana. And I want to say, this is expected to do an initial exchange offer, an IEO in December. I'm going to try to stay, on top of this and see if we can figure out when it goes. I'd like to be a part of it myself, not financial advice, just my digital perspective. And here's one more. Congratulations to Jeremy Hogan. Happy to have been retained as U.S. legal counsel for XRP2 project. And I don't know what this project really entails, and I'm looking forward to learning more about it. But congratulations to Jeremy Hogan. They have got one hell of a legal team there now, haven't they? This is Brad Garlinghouse. Says Kevin says, I hope you enjoyed the Coin Agenda Legendary Dinner. Here is your photo as promised. PM me if you want to get any more high-resolution version of the pictures itself. Brad looks like he's having a great time, relaxing and chilling. Lord knows he deals with a lot there. And, excuse me, and I have to say, you know, with as relaxed and as good of a time as he looks like he's having there, maybe he knows something we don't about where this case is going, and that's why he can feel so good about looking for a resolution in 2022. And we're looking for that too, Brad. I hope you're doing well. Pepsi is launching NFTs, ladies and gentlemen. How about that one? You know, when we were shooting the movie Kryptonaires, which you can watch at cryptoperformance.io, just give an email and you can watch it for free, and it's gotten rave reviews. But when we were interviewing and cutting that film, when we were out at the Vegas conference in 2019, a gentleman by the name of Brad, and I can't remember his last name, was one of the staff members putting together the conference for the Litecoin side of the convention. Really, really smart guy. And he was making the point at the time, and it's in the movie too, I believe, there will be a year or two from now when these booths at these conferences will no longer be startup companies alone that you will go through and see, oh, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about this one. You're going to see Pepsi at these conferences. You're going to see Coca-Cola and other mainstay companies that, you know, you would normally think, oh, wow, what are they doing in this space? Well, look at what they're doing. They're offering NFTs. We also know that they have the Pep coin, which is really like a token rebate version that they're also offering as well. This is absolutely a bullish sign for me that it is coming to the masses, and it will not go back the other way once it does. MoneyGram teams up with YourPay to enable cross-border money transfers. Take a look at this really quickly here. This is another sign. We know Stellar recently slipped in the bed with MoneyGram where Ripple was beforehand, right? And now we see YourPay to enable cross-border money transfers, and it basically talks about digital payments firm MoneyGram collaborates with digital wallet YourPay to allow cross-border payments from Saudi Arabia starting early into next year. YourPay is powered by Neoleap, the Saudi Arabia-based financial group global digital solutions firm. The partnership enables YourPay to connect the company's API-driven infrastructure and global network to provide users the ability to send money around the world. Did you catch this part up here about MoneyGram is now a digital payments firm? You know, it's like .com era, right? Everybody wanted to put .com in their name or in their title of what they do, right? And I'm not saying it's not legit. MoneyGram is doing legit things. I'm just saying you see the trend of where everybody is really, really moving to. This is not going backwards. This is amazing. And you are here before it happens. How about that one? Yeah. Accumulate is the word at my house, and I won't stop until it's out of reach. No regulation, no problem. We'll go overseas. That's what Coinbase has said now. You know, when they got the Wells notice and the threat from the SEC that if you start your DeFi lending program in the United States, we will sue you. Coinbase has now decided to take that overseas, and good for them. You know, SEC is the bully in the schoolyard, and something must be done. Because this picking winners and losers and arbitrarily deciding when and when not to use regulatory enforcement has really worked out to be a huge advantage for Ethereum, and billions of dollars worth of projects like an assembly line launched off of that network, while everyone else is held to a heightened prudential and standard that Ethereum obviously has not been held to. So good for Coinbase on this one. How come Aave gets to do a DeFi lending, right? Is that because they're off the Ethereum network? You know, it doesn't add up. This inconsistency must be dealt with by legislative leaders. Here we see, can you say mainstream, boys and girls? This is more evidence from Hall of Fame Michael here. Governor DeSantis said in a speech that he had proposed that businesses be allowed to pay state fees in crypto. Don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this. When you start to see states accept crypto for state fees, you're about to see them start accepted for taxes. And when you accept payment from people in crypto for your taxes, whether it be state or federal, you are talking about really the definition of money, right? That's huge what they're doing. So I really love what's going on down there in Florida. Executive chairman and co-founder of Ripple, Chris Larsen, has unveiled the plan that he has mentioned. We've covered here about Bitcoin needs to switch from proof of work to proof of stake. But look at what he says here. He really talks about it and breaks it down. Let's get into this for a second, because this would be big. It would change the whole energy talk about the consumption used to mine Bitcoin. It could put that to rest. And think about that, what it would mean, the longevity of Bitcoin and its price trend. It could change it forever, and it could be one of those situations where it just goes up and up and up at that point. Proof of work consensus algorithm that secured Bitcoin transactions on the blockchain, while Bitcoin network is most secure and reliable. The amount of energy Bitcoin requires causes endless debate in the crypto space. Chris Larsen says, the emergent solution among climate experts is that Bitcoin's code needs to be changed to low energy consensus algorithm like those used by nearly all others major crypto protocols. For example, while Bitcoin uses the energy of approximately 12 million U.S. homes per year. Think of that number. Other methods could drive that to fewer than 100 U.S. homes. Much better footprint there. Ethereum is already halfway through switching to proof of stake, and they've had problems along the way. This would make Bitcoin an outlier. He concedes that any similar changes would be opposed by most Bitcoin mining operations. But he says here, however, he proposed a solution to fairly distribute 900 Bitcoin per day from block rewards and approximately 2.1 million additional Bitcoin that are to be distributed through the year 2140. He suggests that the least disruptive solution to Bitcoin's energy problem is to take a snapshot of the current hash rate of existing miners and then reward miners on a pro rata hash power basis. Listen to this part here. Existing miners would simply have rights to future Bitcoin rewards without the need to expend additional energy or make additional investments in mining rigs. So then you're going to save a lot of money because it lowers your costs, right? Billionaire businessman explained that his plan would give miners additional economic benefits, lucrative gains, because they would gain some revenue with less operating costs going towards their bills. However, it is probably going to be not likely received to be welcomed by Bitcoiners or Bitcoin miners who have ambitious plans to increase their share of the hash rate and would miss out on additional revenue through this plan. And judging by the controversy over changing the block size, if the proposal did gain support, it would almost certainly lead to a proof of work fork and not a proof of stake. So a lot of growing pains right there. There's a big, tipping point that's going to have to be dealt with here, because, the energy consumption of 12 million U.S. homes per year is only going to become an even bigger number as, the demand for Bitcoin rises. And that's not a scalable solution. But here's a scalable solution. It's XRP as a non-security and a currency, which is why I talk to you often and cover often the Reeves test, which is mentioned by Hester Peirce, which is mentioned by Gary Gensler. When something is a note, it doesn't mean it has to be a security. Some notes are and some notes aren't. If you look at the way Ripple has structured their position of their company and the use of XRP to their customers, it would appear from the evidence and the research we've done here, they are positioned to be a non-security note, which means currency. Another non-security note is the Federal Reserve dollar, just to put it in perspective. But let's listen to Brian Brooks here on Fox News break it down. Check it out.
We know that Bitcoin is pretty much acting like a currency, but what about the others? There's this argument about XRP and some of the names out there where they say we are a currency, but they're being looked at in a way different fashion.
Yeah, Liz, that is a great question, and I think it speaks to one of the most misguided questions yesterday, which was another question from Congressman Sherman, predicated on the idea that all cryptocurrencies are trying to replace money. The truth is, only a few cryptocurrencies are trying to do that. The others are doing totally different things. So you mentioned XRP. Yeah, XRP looks a little bit like a currency that represents a cross-border exchange of value, typically for remittances. For example, when immigrants are sending money home, XRP is a unit one to use. But most of these cryptocurrencies are built for other things. Like the Ether token, that's not meant to be a currency. The Ether token powers a network that people use to build decentralized financial applications.
Brian, fascinating to hear from you, an adult, a grown-up who really understands both sides of this and is fully supportive of what's going on in the crypto world. Please come back. Thank you.
There you have it. Brian Brooks laying it down again. And I know it might have been a little hard to hear, but he lays it down. XRP can be used as a currency, right? Ethereum is not supposed to be used as a currency. It uses gas fees to power all the transactions that happen on the network from all the different applications that have been built on the Ethereum network. Totally got it. However, Ethereum should be held accountable because they did perform the first initial coin offering as an unregistered security. So that should be dealt with by Gary Gensler, and he may go back and deal with that. But let's not worry about that right now for today. Let's worry about the former Office of Comptroller of Currency. The former head of the federally chartered banking system just gave you the perfect example of how XRP is a currency and can work as a virtual bridge currency. That is exciting. And so is this. Crypto Bull says, I think this is what we can expect from XRP versus Bitcoin over the next months, which would equal around $13 to $15. And I don't have a problem with any of it at my house. And we're going to see even more evidence of that as he shares that fractal going off there. You know, this is exciting to me, and I don't know when it'll come. And they don't claim to know either, but I tell you this, Dark Defender, XRP, road to $13. We also know CoinsKid is talking about a road to $27 plus. You know, all of this is still on the table regardless of the price action, because we have to remember the price is suppressed by the SEC Ripple case. You know, the private equity is, I tell you all the time about Link2 and Ripple private equity there. That's being suppressed by the case artificially, and so is XRP's price. I can only imagine where it will end up going once this case is absolutely resolved here. We will keep an eye on it, and that's going to do it for me. Not financial advice from me or anyone else, just my digital perspective. Make sure you check out all the links in the description and comment box. Great products and services with incredible specials and deals, but you got to click the links to get them. I'll catch all of you on the next one.